Welcome everybody who's in the theatre, my players included, to this, the Australian Roleplay Community live play for PAX 2022. My name is Ben Byrne and I'm here. I'll get my players to quickly introduce themselves, starting on my left.
Hey, my name is Matthew Perkins. I do Dungeons & Dragons stuff. You can find me at Hey, it's Matty P everywhere. I didn't expect that.
Hi everyone, my name's Luna, at Luboffin on the internet. I also do D&D things on the internet, mostly on YouTube and Twitch.
Hello humans, my name is Dael Kingsmill and I make D&D videos on YouTube.
Woo! Hello humans and non-humans alike, I'm James Haeck, senior game designer for Ghostfire Gaming.
Woo!
Welcome, this live play thrown together. We're using the Arkenforge toolkit for our maps today, which you should be able to see on the TV on the front. Also good for mood art. But without further ado, let us crack into our adventure, which is taking place in a realm called the Aetherial Expanse, which is a piratey sort of realm. So you need a piratey sort of voice to be able to be there. I hope you've all prepared your pirate voices.
Yarr!
Good.
I'm in trouble.
Just watch the colour drain from their four faces. All right, let's get started. The Aetherial Expanse is a realm of seafaring piracy. Portals from the elemental planes bring winds that drive sailing ships across the sea, made of starlight, full of pulsing nebulas, floating islands, and the etheric monsters from beneath the depths. Yar. Contractually required to do a yar at the end of each paragraph.
That's true.
Currently, a treacherous battle between 6 warships rages upon the starry surface of the Aetherial Expanse, the technicolor aether churning and foaming beneath the crack of cannons and splintering of wood. Bodies plunge from the ships into the starry depths with a splash. The poor souls indeed, for the aether is toxic to most common folk who find themselves floating or sinking beneath the depths. Contractual, yar. The 6 ships have come here to Shipgrave Reef, all searching for the fabled treasure of Captain Emil Markov, which is apparently buried in one of the islands that make up the reef. However, these ships all represent 3 competing enterprises: the Caroline Empire, the Kingdom of Iris, and the pirates from the Isle of Drakes. Having found each other here in Shipgrave Reef at the same time, the calamitous battle became inevitable. Each enterprise wants Markov's treasure, and even more so, wants to keep it out of the hands of their rivals, yar. If we look on the deck of the Caroline Empire ship, the INS Predestination, we see one of our characters here today.
I am Lieutenant Commander Delphine Bastien, loyal to the Caroline Empire.
What does Delphine look like at this present moment?
I would say harried. It's a stressful situation. She's manning the helm and desperately trying to navigate through treacherous, not quite waters.
Yeah,
Treacherous ether.
Not allowed to use the word
Legally
water.
distinct from water. We're trying to
Definitely
get
different to
sued.
water.
Yeah.
It's not water.
Don't
It
want
just
Mount Franklin
resembles
coming after
water.
It's a sea of starlight.
So you're navigating the helm at the moment. Another ship kind of crashing into yours. What's happening on the deck of your ship at the moment?
Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. Here on the Predestination, the greatest ship in our fleet, if you ask me. We've had our captain suddenly. There's been a sort of ruckus break out on our own deck between our own crew as our wayfinder, our navigator, has decided to launch a mutiny and try to take over the ship and get rid of the captain, to whom I am loyal.
Terrible, treacherous, mutinous. How is it at some point to start off our adventure, Delphine is going to find themselves plunged into the ethereal depths? How does that particular occurrence come to be?
I'm going to be honest, I'm a wizard and I'm not very strong. So I think the minute I try to stand up to the mutineers, they're probably just going to grab me under the armpits and throw me into the ether that isn't water.
Just roll you up on a carpet and roll you off.
The old heave-ho, as they say. Hey, I got one.
Got one. That was as much character background as I saw on the stream where ye made ye characters. So, Luna, I'm going to ask you, what ship is your character on? What do they look like?
Okay, so my character is on the Acquisition. She's a merfolk person, so she has gills, scales. She's kind of dressed in linens and things, seaweed in her hair. She's got a very dashing hat on, and she is currently, I would say, also harried. It feels like there's some bad stuff going down right now, and she's trying to kind of wrestle the crew who are around her to kind of give them a bit of a morale boost, and she's going to cast the spell Fish Fingers.
Wow.
Which is my version of Mage Hand. And she's going to pull out a book out of her coat. And she's going to say, here we find out if this character has a voice.
Right now in the moment.
Right now in the moment, okay. Assemble, crew, do not despair. It's just like my favorite author, Hames Jake, always says. Though the ether will one day throw us into the starlight, we will live our days in glory and goodness, and our names will be sung across the expanse. As she's saying this last thing, I feel like maybe one of the wooden things on a boat that hold the sails.
Yeah, the wooden things.
Yes, smashes her in the face as she's just completely thrown off the side.
Perfect, I love
You had
it.
prepared dialogue.
I wrote a little.
I feel like I didn't do that.
I'm an anxious nerd.
Speaking, I was going to say anxious nerds. I feel like...
Make it a compliment.
Feel like, yeah, okay. Speaking of favourite authors, James Haeck, where is your character at the moment? What do they look like?
Thorn is a pirate. Oh, God. He stands on the deck of the Kraken's Revenge. First mate to his captain, and not a loyal one at that. Ooh. Thorn is an astral emergent, one of the folk that rise from the ethereal expanse, from the magical waves, made of spirits of the astral plane, curious for new experiences. And so whenever a corpse of some poor unlucky seaman falls into the ocean, sometimes that body is filled with curious spirits that long to rise onto land and see life through new eyes. And that is what happened to me. I would say that I'm greedy for new experiences, and I have served this captain well for many weeks. And those weeks brought me to Shipgrave Reef, told me of the legend of Emil Markov and his treasure. And now there's a new experience that I would like to have, becoming captain. Unfortunately, just as I'm staging a mutiny, a very popular one at that, with many of the crew on my side, a cannonball bursts from your ship, from the predestination. Ooh. And my powder room explodes. My ship is racked in two, and I am cast from the deck, hurled into the ethereal waves, and I hold on to timber for dear life as the ether tries to reclaim my body.
Nice. I like that. James Haeck playing Gerard Butler playing Dawn. Just that was a flawless Gerard Butler. And as you fall into the ethereal sea, the camera shifts over to another ship where we meet.
My name is Frog Boy.
Woo! Yeah,
So-
Frog Boy.
So I want you to imagine every shape that you know a hero is meant to fit into, and then condense it down to someone's about waist height, frog-shaped, and like the wind is blowing a scarf in this direction and a stethoscope in the other direction because I am Frog Boy, MD. I'm the ship's surgeon. Now we are on the Black Spot. The Black Spot got its name because Frog Boy converted all of the crew and like all of the management to this particular religion where we just kind of stare at the brightest thing in the sky. There is no sun canonically, but we'll find something bright. We'll stare into it, and we just follow that journey into that black spot. And I feel like I don't even really need to describe how my character ends up falling overboard. I mean, I'm staring into the legally distinct sun. So at one point, Frog Boy just goes, I think we should go this way. And he just kind of just walks off death, just plop. But he's a frog, so he's probably fine.
Gotcha.
By the way, I just want to clarify. I'm a frog boy. I've got a miniature that is an entire frog, but like just imagine it more human-shaped, okay?
More like a boy.
More boyish.
Yeah.
Right.
Less
got
froggish.
you. More boy. All right. I need a percentage here. If 100% is a whole individual.
Yeah.
What percentage is frog and what percentage is boy?
I would say 20% frog, 20% boy, 60% MD.
Gotcha. Okay. Great. Wow. That's what you get for going to medical school.
I am in a lot of debt.
That explains the piracy.
It does.
Well, with each of you plunging into the ethereal sea, not water, the starlight, the kind of technicolor waves splashing against you, ferrying each of you further and further from the battle, whether you're clinging to a plank of wood, you're swimming because you happen to be an astral merfolk, or...
I'm fine.
You're just going for a dip. You're having a great time. You end up washing up on one of the islands, and here I readopt my narrator voice, for you awaken slowly. Slightly Scottish as well. You awaken slowly. Your body feels heavy as you blink tingling aether out of your eyes. You cough. Thank you. I need 2 more coughs. Great.
Ribbit.
Perfect. Cough some of the aether, sparkling purplish liquid spatters on the black sand beneath ye. That explains the heaviness in your chest. You can only hope you didn't spend too long in the aether, for the aether poisoning might set in, although you're fine and you're fine. You're going to be okay. You might have even liked it, I don't know. There are others around you, also slowly coming to consciousness. You've woken on a black sand beach underneath the perpetually twilight skies of the ethereal expanse. You can see wrecks of the ships that partook in the Battle of Shipgrave Reef still burning in the distance off over near the horizon. Scraps of flotsam are washing up on the shoreline alongside the drowned and half-drowned sailors. And you can see somebody who is wearing the uniform of someone from the Caroline Empire righting themselves. You can see someone wearing the rival colors of the Irish Kingdom. And then 2 scallywags that must surely be pirates as you each come to consciousness and spot each other. What do you do? Yar.
Mostly, I think I throw up ether. Just looking around with a frog and a merfolk and an astral. I'm a human being. God save me.
Ben, am I to understand this is a situation where there are a lot of people in a lot of distress, perhaps medical distress?
Make a medicine check for me. Let's get the first roll.
First roll?
I rolled a 19, and I'm pretty sure... I don't know what my stats are, but that's one of the bigger numbers.
I feel like you've been waiting here for a little while because most folk who are kind of washing up onto the beach, you can tell, oh no, they're not getting back up.
I would still like to put some of them in the recovery position, please.
Great, yeah, perfect.
Because you never know. They could wake up and I don't want them to have a bad time.
Yeah, no, you are basically have put everyone on the beach. In fact, I feel like...
Oh, God. That's so dark.
like you wake up, Delphine...
Are you going to wake up in the recovery position?
Yeah.
As you're rolling me over.
We need 20 cc's of healing potions. Stat.
What are you?
Don't worry. I'm a doctor.
You know that these two obviously won't need that much medical attention, being kind of naturally adapted to the ethereal expanse. How do you approach this strange frog person? I mean, you're a pirate as well. Are you looking around perhaps opportunistically?
So, actually, I rise out of the ether.
Just like your head first, like the Terminator coming out of the water.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, great.
And I'm sort of propping myself up on this big beam of a ship that I've been kind of floating on this past while. This sort of like 6 foot tall beam, a great club of a beam. And I sort of drag myself onto the sand. And I look at you, and my eyes narrow. And I say, Frog Boy MD, you slimy bastard. I knew I'd see you here.
Thorn, it's good to see you. Here. Shake hands.
You dumb frog, you shake with the other hand.
I'm holding a pen in this hand, but also you're going to wash that immediately. I am poisonous.
And actually, what you see here is that the ether that was on your hand starts to actually like sizzle and crackle on my skin, which is sort of the same purplish, starry tone as the ether itself. It wants to reclaim my body. In fact, a lot of me is covered in like ether burns as I sort of drag myself with this ore over to you. I just say to you, I hate to impose, but
Can I get you, just as you're talking, to make a Constitution save?
I'm mechanically poisonous.
Yeah,
natural 20.
Beautiful.
That's stage magic.
Take inspiration. Let's do some live play testing. Oh wait, is that still no? That
I
got
changed that.
That's gone.
yeah.
Can
All right, let's go do some live home brewing. Take inspiration.
No, I will take it. I will take it. Doctor, I could use medical assistance.
Honestly, the frognosis doesn't look great here, okay? You're sizzling. This isn't normal. You know, this isn't normal behavior for skin to do. Were you on one of those other ships?
Aye, Kraken's revenge.
No, that sounds like you. Edgy. I like it.
While all this is
Oh,
going
you're dying.
down, no. As soon as I saw Thorn come up out of the waves, I've been slowly crawling towards a cutlass that washed up because I'm familiar with
I'm completely
you
unaware. I'm completely
as a
unaware.
cutthroat and a scallywag, and I know that I need to be prepared.
Make for me a stealth check.
Oh, no.
Now, Thorn has chosen to be completely unaware. Frog Boy, are you aware or unaware of...
Frog Boy's eyes go in different directions, so I'm aware of a lot of stuff.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
This is the moment when my warcaster realizes that choosing the good armor has consequences. I have disadvantage. That's an 11.
Okay, Thorn, you are unaware. Frog Boy, you are aware. And also, Ada, as you may be approaching or watching from afar, you inform me in a moment, you do see these two individuals chatting while the third human kind of crawls along the sand to get to the cutlass. You make it to the cutlass and kind of are able to grab onto it. How do you approach this group, if you do?
I feel like, yeah, I also would have swum out from the ether. I feel like I got knocked out when I fell ship, but I probably would have woken up, had a little swim. And I'm kind of coming up, and you see that
Feeling
my
refreshed.
tail, you can see the tail in the water, but it slowly changes and morphs into 2 legs as I come up onto the sand. And I'm patting myself over, and then I pull out this little waterlogged book, and I go, and I put it back in, and then I just kind of see what's happening. I'm just sort of observing.
The situation you're observing is like a frog talking to a scallywag as somebody like army crawls away towards you.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same imagination page.
But yeah, maybe as Delphine is clutching the sword, I'll say, "Aha! Delphine! I've heard of your renown. Wondered if perhaps we might end up on the same ship one day."
You're with the other side, aren't you?
Oh, sides. I think we should put these sides away, and it's all about the adventure, right?
Anyone who's not a pirate.
Well, I mean... Then I look over at these two, and I go, "You might have a point."
Thorn, I've got a great feeling about this day.
I've learned not to trust your feelings.
Oh, it's fine. That's fine. That's why we're buddies.
Yeah.
There is indeed. One thing that you all remember. It may not be in the forefront of your mind during this exchange, but it perhaps comes at least into your mind, if not into topic of conversation. The wreck of Captain Emil Markov's old ship, the Legend, sits decomposing on a coral ridge propped up above the surface of the Aether. You could see it from the bow of your ships during the battle, sitting there like a prize waiting to be claimed. If you are indeed the only ones left alive from the battle, then you may be able to reach it, and then be able to claim Markov's treasure. Yar.
We need two things, Frog Boy.
Okay. But frog and boy.
I've never heard the words frog boy said so menacingly.
I get $1 every time.
We need two things. We need to find the treasure we came here for in the first place. And we need a damn boat to get away from this reef once we've found it.
Look, we definitely need some kind of vessel. What if we just to see what we could see out here on the horizon? Is there any flotsam or jetsam or whatever the difference is between those two words? I don't know.
I actually did Google this.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Make a perception check for me.
Okay. I rolled a 17, so I think it might be a 19.
Good enough.
That's pretty good.
Just to set the scene a little bit more as you kind of look around yourselves, the black beach of Flow Island, which is where you think you may have ended up, it's a more northern, or should I say airward, direction island. The directions in the ethereal expanse determined more by the elements rather than magneticness. That's what happens when I try to speak science. So, looking around yourself, you can see that there is a green jungle that kind of sits on the inner part of this island, surrounded by the black sand beach. You can see that there is, from the shores, 3 larger islands kind of in the near distance, close enough to sail with a black small craft, but treacherous to swim, particularly for the human among you and possibly the frog. The black rocks also emerge from the reef below the Aether, punctuating the glittering horizon in front of you. Flotsam continues to wash up on the shores around you, legally distinct from jetsam, but we don't know how. It includes rope, splinters of wood, barrels, and shreds of flags and sails. And just taking kind of a glance, watching all this wash up, you actually do spot what looks like almost like perfectly on time, like a dinghy kind of just riderless, there's no one inside of it, hit the sand and kind of like wash up on the surface.
Just like reverse parallel parks into the adventure.
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely.
Here's the thing. I know that we need this boat and we need that treasure, but I can't drive. Do we know anybody that's a navigator or a helmsman? Ooh.
I feel targeted.
Someone's done his homework.
Delphine, feeling a little bit more confident now that she knows she's not entirely surrounded by scurvy sea dogs, as it were. She's going to climb to her feet, still clinging onto that cutlass, and probably whistle once, but I can't whistle. Give me a whistle. Great. And summon her parrot familiar.
Yeah.
Who comes and lands on her shoulder and says, all right, but only if you help me to get revenge on those who took over the predestination.
Ooh,
I could be our helmsman.
this sounds dramatic.
It sounds very dramatic, doesn't it?
I have 2 questions. First of all, what is the parrot? They're so close. What is the parrot's name? And secondly, is it a parrot like a material plane parrot, or is it an ether parrot? Because
If that's an option, I want that one.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Great. The parrot's name. So I'm a divination wizard, which actually I should roll my portents, and I need the luck from the audience. So give me your blessings. We'll find out together what I get. Okay. Well, you didn't do well enough, audience. I got a 6 and an 8. So let's just keep them in the bank. The parrot's name is Cassandra.
Great.
Yeah, I feel like Ada at this point is gonna come over. Like, yes, she is not a pirate, but perhaps she's more of a contractor on her vessel. So she's gonna roll over and she's gonna stick out her hand and go, you know, I've never met a real pirate before. This is delightful. Kind of put out her hand.
You should consider yourself lucky. You never met a real pirate before.
This is thrilling. You know, I'm trying to write my memoirs, so I'm trying to soak up as much interesting experiences. And a frog boy! I've heard tell of a frog boy.
MD. Put some respect on my name.
Oh, apologies. Apologies, frog boy MD. I will not shake your hand. Or should I? It might make for a good content in the memoir.
Okay.
I shake the hand.
You're going to need to wash that
Do it
hand
for the
immediately.
Make a constitution save for me.
Here we go. Okay, that's 14.
Is that high enough?
That is high enough.
That is high enough.
I'm gonna not shake your hand.
Do you know what? That's wise.
Yeah. I think I do, however, fix Thorn with a stern look. We have history. I don't know if there's any musical fans in the audience, but you know Les Mis? We got a real confrontation song vibe.
Well,
There's just some clicking in the background.
am I Valjean in this scenario?
I think you are, which is very strange.
And you're Javert. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, you jump into the dinghy, I assume.
Wait, before we sail,
Please.
it's bad luck to have a boat without a name.
That's true.
Ideas?
I've heard
Bottles
that.
of wine to break? Is there
Make
any
a
wine?
Perception check.
Okay.
I didn't bring my bottle of wine with
18.
me.
Yeah, there's a bottle of wine.
Hey,
Rolling so well.
I found some wine. Well, okay, I'm just going to break it on this, and somebody say a name. When I break it, I'm ready. 3, 2, wine.
Mirror's Trouble.
Oh,
No, I said a thing and it was maybe not so good.
In true bard fashion.
that's
Yes.
good. I'm proud we did
All right,
this.
Marrow's Trouble.
Marrow's trouble.
There you go, because I hate the Marrows.
Right.
Ah.
I thought you said
those
mirror's
dastardly
trouble,
mirrors.
and I was like, oh, how poetic.
No. Oh.
But equally poetic. A little more aggressive, perhaps. Into Marrow's trouble, you hop. Literally, in someone's case.
Hey,
Can we use, we will use to start with, I think, Frog Boy's miniature. If you want to place him
Exciting.
sort of around here on the map.
is this some kind of like really fancy specialist software that we're using at the moment?
It is.
Yeah.
This is called Arkenforge.
Oh.
You're about to see some of what this can do. My screen is different up here for anybody who didn't know. And I want you to sort of float him on down this way. The one challenge with this is trying to see
Okay.
how I can move the mouse and the...
Okay, we sail down here.
Yeah. And as you
Around
sail
this bit?
down there, you kind of get to about there, the battle having occurred just in the direction that you are sailing. You, in fact, spot most of the ships have kind of broken, they're sinking, if not having sunk already. You see a lot of flotsam and a lot of jetsam. Not sure of the difference. You can see some sails, there's like some poor fool playing a trumpet from his crow's nest as it goes down, and you arrive kind of just in time for him to be like,
Now that's a loyal sailor if ever I
Yes,
saw
that's
one.
commitment to a performance.
What you do see interesting, though, is that there is one ship that is still afloat, although it won't be for long. Down where you see the little skull symbol, that is the old wreck of the legend. That is perhaps the last resting place of Markov's treasure. However, you can also see that there is also the predestination itself, still afloat, clearly aflame, clearly still on fire, with purplish and green flames licking the air as it limps its way towards this black, dark island where it looks like it will hopefully set ashore. That seems to be what the sailors that are still on there are hoping for, but it looks like it will definitely sink eventually. It is not seaworthy.
But it won't sink before they reach the island?
I mean, they may deploy
We gotta put more holes in it.
Wait, Delphine, you and they were buddies, weren't
They
you?
turned on my captain and they turned on me.
Oh,
Frog Boy MD.
thank you. Full title.
But if we can capture that ship, it might make a fine prize for getting us away from the reef.
No.
Wait.
No.
Not so interested in retaking your ship?
Okay, what I want is revenge, and I don't like this. I don't like this face that you're doing.
You don't like the idea of piracy.
Well, I don't like you.
Oh, hey, come on now.
Do we need a session 0? Like,
We just named a ship together. I mean, buddies, we're all friends.
We'll wear the get-along shirt.
I've no desire to kill you. At least not till we get off
I have
the
no
reef.
desire to die, so that works just great.
Look, if we have some kind of narrative choice here between choosing to go for the treasure at the legend or vengeance at the predestination, there is an old pirate adage, a song that goes, "Row, row, row your boat gently down the ether. Merrily, 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 let's all look for treasure."
I remember that one.
That's a good one. Thank you.
Just like my
Inspiration.
mother
Oh.
used to sing. My trouble is that I don't think that we have the power right now to get the revenge that I want.
Dael, your character's driving, right?
Yes.
Well, aren't we in a dinghy? Are we just like, don't we have just oars? That's
I'm
kind of...
steering. You guys are the engine. I'm the steering. We go where I say we go. Look, as much as I would like to go for the revenge right now, I think they'll just kill me. So maybe we play the slow game. Maybe we get some treasure. Maybe we buy our own boat. Maybe we fill it with cannons. Maybe we specifically hunt them down.
Well, I have heard that the treasure will allow you to charm the ether beasts, and perhaps we could use those. That would be such a tale. We could use those to tear down the predestination.
I love this plan. It's a great plan.
Money can buy goods and services.
Wanted a peanut. Well, far be it from me to turn my nose up at treasure.
I steer towards the treasure,
okay, we're going towards the treasure.
and I flip them the bird as we go past.
Wait, you flip your parrot?
Cassandra, do some flips.
That's pretty offensive.
Okay, not a problem. As you sail towards the ship, if you want to push the token down there for me, you come up against the wreck of the legend, still kind of moored like an old beached whale almost, like if Free Willy didn't make it, that's what this ship
Wow.
kind of looks like.
Too soon.
It's been like 20 years.
The real whale's dead.
Hate to break it to you. An ethereal Free Willy, nonetheless. This ship is kind of like moored over or kind of like almost broken over the escarpment, the rock rising out from beneath. You can see that the legend, the way that the deck kind of, it's at such an angle you probably couldn't stand on it. Even if you had a rope or something to kind of throw over the top, yes. Do you stick to things?
What if you had like sticky hands because you were a frog?
Yeah, you could probably climb up over it.
Okay.
The alternative is the ship looks like it's damaged enough that it's kind of, bottom half is missing, but you would have to get into the ether and kind of swim up into the inner cabins, which might not be an issue for 2 of you, 3 of you if you go over the top.
The human.
I made my choices and I stand by them. What I would love to do is use Cassandra's eyes for a minute and just have her do a little loop around the wreck. I just want to see if there's anyone else who's found their way here, whether we have competition. Any movement is really what I'm looking for.
Gotcha. Okay. I will just say one more thing. As you're kind of scanning the horizon, the predestination does indeed sink.
Oh.
Make a perception check for me.
I will.
How good is it seeing your enemies fail?
That's a natural 20.
Inspiration.
Thank you, thank you.
As you scan the horizon, your eyes filled with vengeance. That's not quite the sentence I intended. But you're sort of like looking over the wreck of the predestination of your ex-ship. Does sink, it's too damaged, but you do spot that there is a rowboat that's kind of like they've deployed one of the lifeboats, so to speak, and that is going to make it to the island, you think, most probably.
They'd survive.
The ship that you're looking at, the Legend, what was it, sorry, you were looking for specifically?
I was trying to keep an eye out for movement. I wanted to see if anyone else was...
No, the way that the battle took place, it really was like trying to keep everybody was trying to keep the other faction or the other 2 factions in this 3-way tussle back from the wreck. So there were people, using their ships, maneuvering. Probably they were using the new ship combat rules that come with this module.
New ship combat rules.
But they were, cutting each other off and then swooping around and cutting each other off again and kind of stopping anyone from really being able to get close, getting caught up in the melee instead. And so there is indeed, this battle was massive, and so there is wreck kind of floating in all directions throughout the reef. There is flotsam and jetsam, but no person who has made it here.
Great. Okay, good. So now we just need to find an entrance that won't kill me.
What are the effects if someone were to be submerged in ether? Would they be okay or no?
You know who is an expert on that is Thorn, being an ethereal emergent. What are the effects of ether?
Are you asking me or are you asking Thorn here?
Actually, I mean,
as a designer or as a character?
Let's just bring this back a sec.
Yeah.
Hey, Thorn. What would happen if someone were to be submerged in ether?
Well, Frog Boy, I'm glad you asked. The ether, it wouldn't take kindly to your mortal flesh. It would start to, maybe your flesh would be fine, actually. It would be all the soft internal bits if it start to break down and the fever that would cross your blood-stained forehead as you do it. First comes the fever, then comes the madness, and then you walk into the waves, never to be seen again.
Gross.
I'm taking notes as you're saying this. I'm like, this is great stuff. This is so good.
That
Writing
first
this dialogue.
phase of it all, the ether fever, it can be stopped. There's antidotes back on the Isle of the Drakes. But everything past that, unless you have powerful magic on your side, there's no coming back.
Do you want to come over on the... I could maybe take a rope or...
I think that sounds
a rope?
good. Yeah,
Rope team? Team rope?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, not a problem. Can I get you, sir, to make for me an athletics check with advantage for your stickiness?
Sure.
The 2 of you are going to swim through, Ada and Thorn.
Yes, I think I will. It hurts a little bit. The ether wants to reclaim me. It wants to take the spirit, drag it back to the ether, and will try to, tear at my flesh to do it. But it's not going to do all those other horrible things I just described, so I think I'm in the clear.
Okay. Do you have a swimming speed? Because I know
Yes,
as
I
an
do.
astral merfolk you will. Okay,
do, I
both
do.
of you. All right, easy. You're able to kind of slip under the wreck and get inside fairly easily.
18.
18. Oh yeah, you're able to hop up the side and let down a rope, which was in the dinghy.
Can it be my tongue?
Yeah.
Can it not be?
Right on,
Frog boy, frog
Grab onto my
boy,
tongue.
let down your tongue.
A 50-foot tongue, 50-foot
What's up with
hempen
this
tongue.
rope? This is weird. I don't know about this.
Can I get you to make a Constitution save for me?
Okay.
Cannon.
Yes, you can, and I'm going to use my inspiration on that because I just looked at what my con save bonus is. Woo! That's a natural 20. What? 20 and a 19.
You
Hey.
still have inspiration.
Audience, you are lucky. Don't believe what Dael said earlier. We love you.
Okay, you're able to get up over into the sort of top of the deck, and it's hard. You kind of can't climb the deck, if that makes sense, because the bow of the front of it is up. Is that the stern? I don't know. Anyway, is up out of the water.
Yep.
So it kind of creates this like semi-sheer sort of surface to your right-hand side, but to your left-hand side, kind of the same at an angle, but there's like it would be the door into the captain's cabin, but it's almost like a trap door for the two of you to kind of drop down into, which is not submerged in the ether.
Can I ask, when we scaled up, did we scale up like the deck that was on an angle, or were we scaling up the bottom of the ship? Do you know
Kind
what
of
I
the
mean?
bottom of the ship and the side.
And so
together.
when we've come over it, we're looking kind of down at the top of the deck.
Yes.
Okay, the walkable part, cool. But it's on an angle.
Well, the walkable part of the exterior of the deck is kind of above you. Because
Ooh.
you're standing on it with like one leg
Yeah.
and one leg on the wall of the captain's cabin, so to speak. There's probably that staircase there that you're clambering over. This is difficult terrain. But yeah, you can kind of climb over all of that and drop down into the captain's cabin. You wouldn't be able to go up to the top of the deck. You might be able to.
That's
kind of
fine.
hop up there and let down your tongue once more if you wish to. You can see kind of like the half broken off mer person on the front of the ship. Joey, help me out here. What's the thing called?
The figurehead?
The figurehead, thank you. Yeah, the mer person figurehead is on the front. I'm just going to rely on you for all my pirate knowledge
No,
now.
do it. I can tell you what flotsam and jetsam means,
Oh,
too.
please do.
I would try not to be, a know-it-all about it.
You this whole time you just let us.
You just let us
Let me
flounder.
sweat.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I'll just do it. You're the DM over here.
All right, well, flotsam floats.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes!
Yes, the flotsam is the debris that's in the sea. The jetsam is the debris that's on the land.
Right.
Oh, so we haven't seen any jetsam.
No,
no,
it's all
there's been
in the
jetsam all
water.
over the place, though. It's all on these islands.
Oh.
Yeah.
The other two of our companions, Ada and Thorn, you swimming below, come up into the gunnery stations where the cannons were sort of lining the side of the ship. They're all kind of slid down now towards your end of it. They're tremendously heavy, probably not able to move any of them, but there might be something in here that may be of interest to the two of you. What do you do once arrived here?
Definitely have a look around.
Okay.
If there's anything, yeah, I think
Sticky beak.
Ada is just interested in like everything, so I think she
Gotcha.
would just like be trying to look for everything.
Remind me of your station on your previous
The
ship.
Wayfinder.
Okay, got you.
Navigator.
Make me a perception check.
Okay.
Hold on to the number for me as I quickly jump back across into the captain's cabin. I assume you sort of drop down inside. Are you looking for anything in particular in here?
Delphine, what should we do?
I'm going to start rifling through looking for papers. I want any documentation
I
that
concur.
talks about, goods that they were carrying, things like that.
Good
Gotcha.
idea.
Okay.
Because apparently I'm boring.
Make me a perception check as well. Are you helping in this?
I would
or are
love to
you-
help.
All right, go with advantage.
Ooh.
And how did you go, Luna, on your check?
I feel like Ada got a little caught up in some details sketching in her book because I got an 8.
Okay.
I did not put enough points in perception for a wayfinder, I'm now realizing.
Well, while she's looking around, sketching the interior of the ship,
Gotcha.
my treasure-minded brain starts looking throughout the hold, because we're in the ship's hold right
You
now.
are, yeah.
I'm scurrying around, looking for anything that might be left in this bloated carcass of a boat.
Gotcha. Make a perception check for me. And Ada, what are you sketching? What does it look like?
I feel like it's because we're in where there are cannons and things, right? Yeah, so I think just like the cannons and like trying to craft some kind of narrative about this battle, you know, sort of taking little notes for use later.
Gotcha. Do you embellish, or is it kind of are you a documentarian?
Oh, absolutely embellished.
Right.
Yes, everything is very embellished.
Perfect.
I use my inspiration.
Okay.
And I have a 16.
Okay.
So I've been kind of scurrying around. Thorn's a big guy. This tiefling body that's been sort of astral emergentized, it kind of has to stoop and crawl and slip through cracks in order to try and find everything that's down here in this hole.
Okay. You are able to find two things that are of interest to you. The first is a gold coin, which looks like it was most probably part of the treasure which was once kept inside of this hold, as you kind of consider it. But there's a big empty, I'd say there's a big empty space, but the thing is everything's been thrown around in here when the ship ran aground. But just looking around, you're able to see that there's not enough boxes for how this hold should be full. So you suspect it's possible the treasure has been moved. The one other thing that you find, though, that is of note is a barrel. It's about sort of yay big. It's heavy, but fairly carryable. And it's basically for the cannons. It's a barrel of like gunpowder.
Good. Good.
Oh, God.
Frog
I
Boy,
like the idea of Ada just like, do-do-do, and in the background, good.
does someone have a moustache?
No.
Okay. No problem.
Unfortunately.
Frog Boy, MD, and Delphine, how did you go?
I'm worried that the inspiration on a natural 20 is going to be broken because I got a natural 20.
Well
Is
done.
that like the fourth one?
It's at least the third.
That's
Are
the
these
biggest
new
number.
dice?
These are new dice. I bought these for this character.
That's PAX luck.
That is
Yeah.
PAX luck.
Pax Luck.
Oh,
Yeah.
That means everyone can go and buy new dice before the con ends. Like just,
Yes.
yeah.
Just shilling for all the dice vendors. Just like, yeah, dice vendors. Woo! All right, not a problem. You kind of rifling through a lot of the papers. A lot of stuff in here has been damaged. There's like an inkwell that's been broken. There's old charts and maps and things of where that are kind of being kept more as archive of where this ship has been once upon a time. Nothing that gives you instant clue as to where the treasure is in terms of that stuff until you do find something sat on the table in here. It is a book. It is open to a final kind of 2 pages, and you can see that Captain Markov has written in these pages. It looks like the captain's log, and you can read the last 2 entries in here, although it seems like Captain Markov may not have been well, because the final entry is very scattered. It's very not very well written. It's singular words instead of sentences.
I can relate. That's also how I write. What does it say?
It says, and Captain Markov was a merfolk themselves, so in their voice it says, "Just found a Sentinel Islands airward cove. I was forced to return to camp for weeks to ensure the crew's stability. Then this morning I awoke to the sound of screams. The creature of the sailors spoke of had mustered the courage to enter the jungle and attack the camp. I think it a marrow. My foul kin. It drowned the man it captured and swam towards the dark island, Sentinel. I conclude this entry, perhaps my last, and begin pursuit. The other sailors have no way off this island. I must trust that they will endure this panic."
Okay, so that doesn't sound like good, does it?
It sounds quite bad. I've actually heard it's part of the style of a captain's log to conclude everything with, "I presume this will be my last."
Oh, that's
Every single entry.
You never know.
The next one, which is entered a few days later,
See,
reads...
he lied.
"I write,
Final entry. I feel strange. Didn't fare well. Battle now. Escape. Before changes happen, will warn crew, make grave for me. Beware cove. I return there, protect Pearl.
Okay, so that's interesting. Beware Cove. That's, yeah, good. Write that down.
Yeah, I'm writing it, yes.
You went past a cove, kind of here, when you sailed
Back where the
through.
predestination was.
Look, I know this is a bit belligerent, but whenever somebody tells me not to do something, or like, hey, don't cross
really
this
wanna do
line, they said, hey,
I see why you're a pirate.
don't become a doctor. You're literally poisonous. But you know, fuck the haters. Am I allowed to swear?
I had no idea. I was going to ask.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, if Haeck can do it, so can we. Right? Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
We better link up with the others.
Let's do it.
Okay. Having sort of found your objects of interest and finding yourselves back in your dinghy, either by scaling down, can you make a Constitution saving throw for me for the tongue?
Sorry.
I'm
Sorry
using
about that.
inspiration again. I'm not taking any risks. I don't want to get poisoned by your gross frog tongue. It's an 18 plus 1 is 19.
Nice. No tongue poison today.
Not for me. What do we say to the god of tongue poison?
Okay, not today.
Once you're all back together, how do you choose to share your information?
I've got this sort of unmarked cask under my arm. Don't worry about it. In fact, Ada, look at this nice shiny coin. You ought to make an etching.
This is beautiful. Yeah, just wow.
Something about that entire exchange makes me very worried.
Why are all my characters like this? Yeah, I'll start making that change. I'll start sharing the sketches I did of the cannons. You know.
Very nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you've really got an eye for it. Yeah, we found a bunch of warnings of terrible death.
Portents of doom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very different to what I found.
We as a duo have come to the conclusion that we should head towards the Doom Cove, but you know, I guess we should probably pitch that to the team.
Yeah, let me sell you on this. How about it? Come on.
Let me sell you on it. I steer the boat.
Oh.
Let me just get this straight. Why
Yeah.
are we going to the Doom Cove?
Well, did you find any treasure down
Did you
there?
find the treasure?
In the mildest possible sense.
Well, that you know, I want to go find the treasure. It's not here.
So you think the treasure's in the Doom Cove?
Well, they said something about a pearl.
A pearl?
Yeah, when there's one pearl, there might be more pearls. We could find like a big pearl pile.
Now, see, I have heard tales of ether pearls on this sea.
I love it when he does this. Okay, go on.
When the liquid ether congeals into solid crystal, Aetherial, that is a powerful, magical capacitor used as currency among some less legitimate traders. And the more facets an Aetherium crystal has, the more magic can be contained within it, and the greater its value. So, a little prism is worth something, but it doesn't exactly shine with immense magical radiance. But neath a pearl, so many facets, it seems almost round. Now that could be worth a great deal.
How many facets would you say? Like 20?
Oh, I'd say it's a D100 at minimum. The kind that rolls when it doesn't stop rolling. Never settles on a single number. Useless in actual play, but very pretty as a display piece.
Well, we've all got hex debt, so I mean, university isn't cheap.
Well, perhaps I can help. And I'm just gonna stand up and just like backflip off the dinghy into the water, and I'll transform into my tail as I go. Can I find some kind of ethereal creature within this sea to talk to?
Yeah, absolutely. Make for me a nature check. Or animal handling. It could be either or.
Ooh.
You tell me which one you prefer.
Okay, I love how I have proficiency in animal handling, but my nature is still higher. I don't know what's going on there. Okay. This is my life as a player every time. I got an 8.
Okay.
Yeah. No, 9. Just be clear, it's a 9. It's actually a 9.
9. Okay. And what sort of check was it?
Nature.
Nature. Okay, cool. You kind of swim down a little bit, and then you see that there are some ether dolphins that are kind of like swimming beneath the waters, much like mortal realm dolphins.
Legally distinct.
But legally distinct.
Yes.
Very pretty. Kind of have like that angelfish, I think is the word I'm looking for. Angelfish kind of like, looks like a big flowy dress. Their fins behind them as they move through the water. And you may be able to get help from one of them.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Fishy Friends.
Great.
Which
You
is
name them all?
which is my animal friendship spell. Yes, I'm going to see if I did name them. They're not very good. They're not very good names, though. I'm going to see if they have any information, like maybe seeing treasure being taken into this cove, or what happened to the crew of this ship.
Okay.
Benjamin, if this dolphin doesn't speak with a voice from Flipper and Lopaka, I'm going to be really upset.
I don't know what that voice is, but I'm gonna.
Wouldn't it be cool?
Oh
if
no, I've offended someone in the audience.
Drag him!
Oh no.
It'd be pretty cool if you just guessed it.
Yeah, all right.
What do you think a Flipper and Lopaka voice sounds like?
See, okay, all right. Can I just clarify, sorry, because of the specifics of the spell animal friendship.
He's
Yeah.
stalling.
No. Okay, so animal friendship. I convince a beast that I mean it no harm. If its intelligence is 4 or higher, it fails. Otherwise, it is charmed by me.
Okay.
For an amount of time. 24 hours. Quite a while.
Okay, so I have the sound in my head I think this thing should make. I have no idea if that's what's going to come out of my mouth in a moment.
I'm so excited.
I'm ready.
But basically, as you swim down, it does, one of the dolphins, the ether dolphins, sorry, does like kind of a spin through the water to allow me to delay for a moment longer as its eye looks up at you, and it just kind of goes, it goes, hey, what's up? What's going on? How are you?
And I go,
You good?
I'm great! Because I also am speaking, I'm communicating with
Great.
this creature, I
Yep,
guess.
perfect.
I was wondering if you know about any treasure around here in the bad cove.
Treasure? In the bad cove?
In the bad cove.
Oh, yeah, there's treasure in the bad cove.
How much treasure in the bad cove?
All the treasure you could want in the bad cove.
That's amazing.
Yeah. You want to go see my treasure in the bad cove?
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if maybe you could help pull our dinghy, and if any of my companions fall in, if you could toss them back in the dinghy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
can do that. I'd love to.
Sweet.
Amazing. And it goes towards the surface.
I think I blacked out.
Take inspiration for,
Ben, you take inspiration.
Aw.
Yeah. Don't give the DM
I will use it to
inspiration.
harm you.
On the surface, Frogboy is saying she's been down there for a while. I think we should move on.
She's gone.
She's gone.
And then I'll swim
Eventually,
back up.
yeah,
With the dolphin.
re-emerges. The dolphin kind of like pokes its head out of the water. Now, the other difference between ethereal dolphins and normal dolphins is they have that kind of like smile shape to the mouth. But when ethereal dolphins smile properly, it's terrifying because they've got like crocodile-like teeth that go off in different directions. And it just kind of pokes its head out, and you hear it say, "G'day, chaps!" But you all just hear, "Ee, ee."
Yes, I've made a friend who told that there is as much treasure as we could want, in the cove.
That's quite a lot of treasure.
Yes, I don't know how it determines the level of want that we each have, but it's going to accompany us, maybe to help out.
Cool.
Cove ho!
All right. Move the frog boy acting as our boat as you sail around the northern kind of end and then down into the cove between that large
I
rock.
went through these rocks because I'm a really good steerer.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
Perfect. As you get there, your new friend gets into the cove, comes up, looks at you, and says, "The treasure's down here."
How far down?
Oh, only as far down as you want to go. It depends on what you're looking for.
Wait, what kind of treasure are you talking about?
Oh, there's so many treasures down here. There's astral starfish. They're my friends and absolute treasures. There's ethereal turtles. They're my friends and I treasure them so dearly. There's all sorts of treasures down here.
I can't wait for you to have to explain this to the rest of us.
Like, Thorn is literally carrying TNT. Like,
Any shiny treasure of the gold variety or the what color is the prismatic variety?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's an ethereal whale which sometimes passes through here, and he's very shiny. He's got a golden back. We call him the golden back whale because his back's golden and very shiny.
Okay. What else? Any not fun things in the cove?
Oh, yeah.
I love the idea that we're over the boat and I'm just like, the side. Like what?
Oh, there's a mean person who lives in here as well. I mean, he kind of comes onto the surface and he's down in the water sometimes. I don't know his name. I mean, I didn't ask him much like you didn't bother to ask me mine, but that's cool, that's cool.
Oh no. I'm so sorry. What's your name?
No, it's cool, it's cool.
I'm sure.
No, it's all right. You were looking for treasures.
It's a dolphin pun, right?
No, my name's Doug. Do you just assume all dolphins have pun
Okay, I'm
names?
gonna go now. Bye. Whoa. Okay. All right. I come. Well, I'm still in the boat, I suppose.
We're all just
Update.
huddled in the back, like, oh,
A little update.
God.
There was a miscommunication about the treasure, but there is apparently a mean person here. That's what I got.
So what we've got is no treasure and someone who could kill us.
Well, it really depends on your definition of treasure, as I have learned today. But perhaps the mean person has the treasure.
Maybe the real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
Well, I will say I don't think I made very good friends with that dolphin.
With your passive perception, Delphine, as you scan around, you've got the beach and the island true to your left-hand side as you come into this cove, and then you've got the rocky rise on your right-hand side, much like what the legend was marooned upon. And you can actually see there is something which catches your attention. It's up on the rocks. It's probably reachable. And it's just this, it looks kind of like a cleft in the rock, possibly a cave, you're not sure. It's very square. It looks almost certainly like humanoid made and not naturally formed, and looks like it could be like a little cave that disappears
How
inside.
wide?
It would be at least probably 3 to 5 feet wide.
Well, this is very interesting to me because back on the Predestination, there were rumors that there were a series of sea caves that used to be used in these parts. Some dug out, some still unexplored to this day, useful for smugglers and the sort. Might be worth checking out.
I forgot that we rolled for rumors when we made these characters. Was that a cave that she saw back where we came from, or where we are now?
No, where you are now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's up there.
Well, this sounds pretty auspicious. Let's have a crack
No.
at the cave.
At the crack.
All right, no problem. Can I get you to collect Frog Boy from the map?
Come back
As
to me,
we
Frog Boy.
are about to change destination. No, it hasn't
A
loaded yet.
sea of stars.
drive, I suppose, is the word for the dinghy. I'm just gonna.
Avast!
Ooh. Ooh-wee. I don't know why Mr. Poopy Butthole came into my head then. As you come into this area, if I can get you to put your miniatures, I'm going to assume kind of like down in this bottom corner, a bit further across, closer to me,
Oh, wrong place.
Reset.
Not there.
There we go.
Oh, just kind of throw it.
Yeah, I'm sure that'd be
There
great.
we go. All right, inside this little cave here. When you come into here, you can see that there's a stone door, which is blocking your entrance kind of any further down this tunnel on this side of the... I'm saying this as if you can see my mouse moving, I've just realised. This side... oh, and the audience can't see where I'm gesturing. All right.
Seems to be some kind of door.
Over here, basically, before you can proceed further, you can see that there's a rocky kind of. You assume that it's a door. It's kind of crudely carved, blocks the entrance into the cave deeper, and can see that the door is pretty clearly enchanted with arcane sigils, kind of a circular pattern carved into it, and also has the words written in common, my name, upon the door. You can also see underneath where it says my name are 3 kind of rectangular carvings into the door, kind of like you're playing Wheel of Fortune.
Very mysterious. Could I roll an Arcana check to see what these sigils might
definitely.
be about? Oh, that's a 19.
Nice.
Dice are on fire.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You take a glance at it, and it's pretty clearly locked with arcane lock. It doesn't appear to be dangerous. It's not going to like explode in a fireball or anything like that. But you wouldn't be able to shift the rock by mundane means. You could perhaps destroy it or disenchant it if you had the capacity to do so.
Didn't prepare dispel magic.
I didn't prepare to do a riddle.
My name, 3 rectangles.
Frog. No.
4 rectangles.
4?
rectangles.
Frog could
4.
do it.
Sorry, did I say 3?
Yeah.
I definitely meant 4. My apologies.
4 rectangles.
Numbers.
The plot thickens.
My name.
A thorn.
Wait, I've seen this
Yeah,
episode.
but my name's not 4 letters.
Sherlocked.
That was a play, right?
That was a really good play I
Yeah.
saw one time.
Well, who?
Should we do any kind of investigation on this, or are we just going to kind of wing it?
We're just going to...
I'm just waiting for you to give me some sort of answer.
Well, the dolphin said there was a mean person. Mean has 4 letters.
It does. Are we just
Maybe
assuming
it's
that we
their
need
name.
to put a letter into each
Oh, well, why
box?
don't you try trace
That's how I'm
M-E-A-N in there and see what happens?
As you do so, as you trace them within the rectangle, it kind of traces out as if you've carved it into the rectangle and then kind of like fades away. And then underneath, towards the bottom of the door, a carving starts to form there, and it says, certainly, comma, but not my name.
Ooh, it
And
gives
then
us
that
info.
fades away.
Ooh, this is exciting.
All right, I want to try Doug.
Sure, you put that in,
I meant to
and
be
down
smart.
the bottom,
Why am I doing this?
it says, Doug's awesome, seems scared of me.
Ooh, it is the mean person.
So I've done 2 lines of my hangman. We know the words legend. We know the words Markov, Captain Markov, Mark. Huh?
Markov is his full.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like,
Wait,
we might be
what's his name? What's Captain
Emil.
Markov?
Wasn't it? Wasn't it Emil? That's 4 letters,
Is it?
isn't it?
I can't read.
Oh, you were a doctor.
What do you mean were?
I said,
Okay, good. Sorry.
Arr.
Frog is. Emil.
Okay. You trace that on the door, and at the bottom appears the words "Welcome," and then the door starts to kind of slide back, and then sideways, rock noises, as it slides sideways, revealing the path in front of you. And if you wish to, you can sort of drag your miniatures following the tunnel around.
As that door slides, into the wall or whatever, Frog Boy says, "Oh, they're going to want to clean that door. I'm very poisonous."
Well puzzled, Frog Boy.
Thank you.
And whoever you are.
Wait,
Wow.
you two have met?
No, we know each other, yeah.
Cool.
I'm starting to run out of reach.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I should take over.
Slide them around. Is this the marching order we want? With
It is now.
Okay, cool. With Ada up front.
Oh, okay.
You can move right into the next room if you wish to kind of lift that fog of war a little bit further. There's no immediate danger that presents itself as you pile kind of one at a time into this chamber. But what you do see is a cavernous chamber supported by natural stone pillars. It sounds like a truck is driving over the top of it. But it's probably the ethereal winds. There is a strong blue glow which emanates from a stone plinth in the center of the chamber, cast by a clearly magical, circular, D100 faceted looking pearl. The stone sits over a carpet of glittering gold coins, rotting wooden chests, and other treasure clearly prized items that would be found among a pirate's hoard. You can also see on the far side of the room, the fog of war hasn't quite lifted over there, but there is an exit that you can see from this chamber as the tunnel kind of twists out of sight.
Oh, it brings a tear to my eye to see treasure that beautiful. Well, let's take it.
Can I roll and something to see if it looks magically trapped at all?
Roll for me an Arcana check.
Okay. I haven't rolled like above a 10, I think. And I still have it because I rolled a natural 1.
Whoa,
Hey,
no.
I'm taking that dice.
Yeah,
by the
we'll
way.
put that
Give
back
me
in my
that.
bag,
Here you go,
okay?
here you go.
Thank you. I'll
Now-
use Frog Boys.
So, as a Path of Wild Magic barbarian, I do have magic awareness. I can step forward and I'll hold an arm out, and it begins to sort of glow like stars, like a constellation underneath my skin. And within 60 feet of me, I know the location and spell school of any spell or magic item within 60 feet of me.
Gotcha. Not a problem. As you consider that, what's the sense, like if you were to detect magic near you or a magic item, what would that sense feel like to you?
It would feel like a rush of ice from the tip of my fingers up right into my heart, from the tips of my fingers straight into my heart, like I'd been plunged into the sea.
Gotcha. You don't feel any of that.
Rude.
As far as you're aware, I mean, the pearl itself is definitely magical, for sure. So you do feel some of that, as it turns out. But
But not in
nothing,
the way that like a spell would feel.
No,
Yeah.
no, nothing like that. I mean, if you've heard rumours of other pearls, even if you've never been in the room as one of them, this really does fit what the rumours suggest about them.
Should I just frog it or?
I think you should just frog it.
Frog away.
Okay, this will have no negative consequences.
We'll
Okay.
need to wipe down that pearl afterwards.
There are no mechanics for me frogging something, but I'm going to stand 10 feet away and just kind of shoot.
I don't like frogging as an adjective, or a verb. I know language.
Sorry, we'll fix it. Froggering.
Oh, froggering.
Way better, like legitimately.
Yeah, I would like to smack this with my tongue, please.
Yeah, great. You just tongue shoots out, hits it,
Yes.
pulls back, and you get this either in your hand or in your mouth.
We know which one.
At this point, passing through Thorn's mind, are any rumors that they may have heard of dangerous effects associated with ether pearls?
Yum.
He's a smart frog. He'll figure it out.
Wait, am I going to Thanos myself? I have debt and I don't know what happens to it after that.
Roll a wisdom save for me.
Okay. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
Hey.
The thought flashes through your mind briefly, but with a successful wisdom save, you won't spend the rest of the day worrying if you've just Thanos'd yourself.
Good. I haven't been extruded through time. We're fine.
It is at this point, though, that you all hear footsteps behind you, and multiple footsteps, as emerging out of the tunnel behind you walks, sorry, I'm DJing 2 laptops right now, Captain Skerrick himself. Captain, or the self-appointed Captain Skerrick, is an individual who mutinied upon the predestination and claimed that he was captain instead of the rightful captain who he deposed. And he steps into the chamber. He is clearly flanked by 4 other sailors from the Caroline Empire who step in behind him, or possibly formerly of the Caroline Empire, considering the fact that they themselves mutinied against their own captain. And as he steps in, he walks in, looks at you all, and goes, "Well, well, well. What is it that we have here? I see Delphine."
I hit him with a 2nd level ice knife.
All right, everybody roll for initiative.
Woo!
Okay.
I really appreciate having people in the party that do that. It's so fun.
Alright. Don't F me, frog boy.
No, that's a bad initiative roll.
And how do you take initiative?
With milk, usually, and 2 sugars.
You're going to start the Milo debate again.
Oh, you were all wrong. I forgot to mention it when I did the stream after you, but you were all wrong.
Can you quickly just say how you do Milo?
Right, the best way to do Milo, and I'll make this very quick, is that you scoop a Milo in the mug. Got to be a mug because you're going to microwave this. Then you milk. Then you stir it, and stir it well so that it all gets wet. Then you microwave it, not for long, maybe like 20 seconds. And what this does is if the Milo's wet, it will melt it. So then you can stir it again, and it will dissolve, making the milk actually taste like Milo. And if you like your dirt-tasting dry Milo, you can put some more on top if you want.
There we go.
All right, please tweet at the Ben Byrne why he is incorrect.
PAX 2022, we're reporting from the Great Milo incident. The fighting broke out into the main show floor. Okay, initiative. What did I roll? A number. That is definitely true. I'm going to put it like that.
Wow.
How did we go? Did anybody get 20 or above?
22.
22 for Frog Boy.
Thank you.
Did anybody get 15 or above?
I got 17.
17.
With the Frog Boy dice.
For Ada. How did anybody get 10 or above?
I got 11.
I got 11 as well.
Ooh, who's got the high dexterity?
Oh, we really are sharing the get along
You know,
share.
we're nemesis here.
My dexterity appears to be a 1.
I've got a 2.
Okay.
Best nemesis.
Let us put Thorn and then Delphine. Delphine, as you begin to cast your spell, which you may be doing by the time it gets around to your turn, but you're just so
Don't you love
filled
it when,
with rage.
when you're the one to be the aggressor and you have to go last?
Yeah.
Perfect mechanics. I know not what you mean. All right, I'm going to... Can we just quickly shift our minis to put them in like a square? And I actually don't mind. It can be anywhere in this room because he might have walked in at any point and come up behind you.
Yeah, I think
I'm
I'm
worried about grouping now.
Yeah, I think I'm a
So
little.
you put us in a
far-
square?
probably
Like
far.
in a square on the grid is what I mean to say.
Oh, I
As in
see.
not your characters in a square formation.
I was getting all Takashi's castle on it. I'm like, we're going to fit through the hole.
Gotcha, perfect. All right, as the pirate battle music commences, I just want to ask Delphine, what does it look like when you start casting the spell?
I think the tips of my fingers just start to frost over and you see little wisps of fog rising from my gloved hands.
Got you. You hear the kind of shink of swords being drawn as the other sailors draw out their swords, and you see Captain Skerrick, the self-appointed Captain Skerrick, kind of cock a smile, and you see his eyes go ice blue and kind of like a steam almost begin to rise from the corners of his eyes. But Frog Boy is the fastest gun in the West.
Somehow.
Mixing metaphors there. What is it you would like to do on your turn?
Well, all jazzed off Ether Pearl. Frogboy would like to cast Bless on his companions to give them a D4 on all their ability checks and their various other D20 rolls. And what it looks like is he summons like the same fever that he has for his habit of looking into bright things. And I want everybody to have like a bright black spot on their eye whenever they see. But it actually kind of helps you accomplish whatever you're doing. It's like
Or a migraine happening in real time.
Don't fear the spot. It's good. Just follow your heart. And I'm gonna hop into melee range. That's my action.
Oh, okay, cool. Not a problem. All right, well, that will bring us to Ada. Ada being second fastest gun in the West of the oceans.
Sorry, all my spells are like screenshot on my phone because I'm a good player.
Well, I've got a great app if you want to use it called D&D Beyond. This stream not sponsored explicitly.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a beautiful shell. It's a large, like, conch shell, and I'm going to play it like, ooh. And I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Delphine, as I see her ready to get some revenge. And then I'm going to cast, if I can find the spell. Why is it not coming up? Never mind, I'm not going to no, I'm just going to go up and hit something.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go here, I suppose. And I'm going to take out my cutlass and attack.
Cool.
Huzzah, is
make
what I
an
say.
attack roll for me. Are you attacking the pirate?
Yes, is that this guy?
Do you want to attack the captain, or do you want to attack the...
Oh no, I'll attack, oh no, we're stuck together. I'll attack not the captain.
Right, gotcha, the sailor over the other side.
Okay. Oh, a natural 20.
Ah.
Finally!
Yes!
Finally! Okay. All right. I need to roll some damage. Oh, now I'm all flustered because I actually did something correct. Okay, what is it for a sword? All right, D6.
I bet you never thought you'd fight side by side with a frog.
This is true. This is going to make such great moments in my memoirs. So that's going to be 7 piercing damage.
Okay,
That's
cool.
it.
Not
I think
problem.
that's it. Oh, no, I get a +2, sorry, so that's 9.
9 piercing damage?
Yeah.
Not a problem. As you run up and slay this pirate, what does it look like?
Oh, there's just an inordinate amount of, like, sword flourishing. It's an unnecessary amount, and a lot of ha-ha and kind of fancy footwork as I go.
Like Kermit the Frog with a sword.
Yay! Can we all stick to our own territory
Yeah.
here, please? I've got limited bits.
Yes, as I kind of do a little with the sword. Make
Not
little ribbons.
a problem. As you go up, you slay that pirate as they fall away from you. However, a second one steps in to take his place, coming up next to you. The other pirate, yeah, they're just going to kind of pile in, kind of grouping up in a general grouped area. They didn't go to fight D&D parties college yet. But Captain Skerrick himself, what is he going to do? What he does is he is going to disappear. As he disappears, you see him kind of like raise his hands up above himself, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi just got slashed by Darth Vader style, like collapse down to the ground, but it's like his clothes even get sucked down through a hole in the ground with a spurt of ether kind of spurting up into the air. And then that reappears, and I'm just checking, all right, I got he's gonna reappear right here, kind of springing up out of the ground next to Delphine, and he's going to make a strike. And as he does so, his eyes turn to red instead of that blue. You see like steam escape from his mouth. He kind of looks like the Cyberpunk 2077 logo, like samurai thing, as he gets all angry, summons fire to his hands and thrusts them out towards you. And this massive display of flame is deflected in some capacity by Delphine. Do you want to describe how you are able to stop this attack?
How am I deflecting it? I think he's just probably not super used to fighting a mage who's wearing too much armor, frankly.
Gotcha.
I think it glances off my ring mail.
His smirk slightly sort of falters as he thinks he's fried you where you stand, but that is not at all the case. Literally, your heavy armor did save you then, because I rolled 1 under your AC, bringing us to Thorn. What is it you would like to do? Oh, actually, sorry, other pirates. Let's sushi some frogs. First attack against frog.
Wow.
I don't think they do that.
Is frog sushi a thing? Maybe not.
Hey, it's definitely not.
French-Japanese fusion.
How is your armor class so high?
Well, nobody wants to touch me.
Okay, that's fair.
Honestly, it's a curse.
It's kind of true. The three of them pile into the room and they start kind of, raising their weapons to attack you, and then it just kind of like, and step back away from you, just seeing the goo drip from your hands as you kind of look at them, blinking one eye and then the other.
That is it. I lick one of my eyes.
Yeah, perfect. All right, that will bring us to Thorn. I apologize.
Okay, then I, seeing Skerrick magic his way over towards Delphine, I snarl and rush over, and I enter a rage.
Woo!
And when I enter a rage, wild magic bursts around me. And let me just roll. I hope this doesn't mess you up. That's a 4, which means magic rushes down my arm and infuses my weapon, this great club that I tore from my ship as I was flung off it. One weapon of my choice that I'm holding until the rage ends. The weapon's damage type changes to force, and it gains the light and thrown properties with a range of 20 feet. If it leaves my hand, it reappears in my hand at the end of the current turn. That's pretty fun. And I turn to Skerrick with all of the sort of astral stars that are twinkling just underneath my skin, flaring, and I say, "That's my nemesis, mate." And I'm going to attack him.
Make an attack roll for me.
What? Natural 20.
Well done.
This is your doing. You bring the luck here.
All right, go for damage.
Can I? Got any more D6s? Can
Yes.
3 more. Thanks. That's gonna be 15 force damage.
Nice. Quick maths, established earlier, I'm not good with numbers. As
Can I keep
you
one of these?
hit him, yeah, absolutely, that's
Ding.
totally fine. As you hit him, strike him with the club, it hits him across the face. He goes, "Sacre bleu!" As like ether mixed spittle and blood flies out of his mouth. He kind of does like a full turn and then brings himself back around, wiping the blood off his chin, and you see him smile with one tooth missing, definitely harmed by it, but he's not out of the fight yet. Do you want to end your turn there?
Yes, I briefly glance over at Delphine in this like, I hope you're okay, but also I still hate you sort of way, and then right back to Skerrick.
Great, I love this budding
I
like,
glance back in a way that says,
relationship.
if you kill him instead of me, I'm going to be very upset.
Then you better act fast.
All right.
Delphine, what would you like to do?
I would like to risk an attack of opportunity right now.
Okay.
To back up into the mouth of this entrance over here.
He hits you this time as you are trying to back away, and his damage is going to be 11 points of fire damage. As you attempt to back away, he smiles at you, his eyes flare up again as you attempt to step back, and he just kind of shoots a gout of flame from his palm after you, catches on the back of any exposed clothing or anything that you have, heats the metal, it burns, but you get away otherwise.
This is, as a reaction, I would love to reveal that I have 1 level of Storm Cleric. And I'm going to use Wrath of the Storm, and so he has to make a Dexterity saving throw. DC 13.
He is not going to make that.
And he takes 2d8 thunder damage. Oh, I rolled very high. That's 15 points of thunder damage.
Nice.
As he goes, murder, and gets smacked backwards by the thunder damage. You can hear it crunch his bones inside his body. It is bad for him. In fact, it like breaks his nose, and you just see it out underneath. He's looking pretty rough now, to be honest.
It's about to get worse. Forget the ice knife plan. We're done with ice knives. What I'm going to do instead...
Wait. Was that your movement?
That was my movement and my reaction. That
Okay,
was,
sorry.
yeah. So as my action, I would love to casting through Cassandra. She's going to fly off and use a touch spell, cast through her. I'm going to cast a 2nd level, inflict wounds. Now, a bardic inspiration is a d6, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And you're
all
blessed
right.
with the D4.
So we've got 12 plus 5 is 17, plus 2 is 19 to hit.
Plus a d4 for bless.
Oh, I forgot that we were blessed. 21.
Yeah, that's going to hit him.
Great. That's 4d10 damage.
Ooh.
Necrotic, I believe. Ooh, okay, so we got 5, 8, 12 necrotic damage.
Oh, okay.
As my parrot swoops past and says, Polly, want a cracker?
Great, okay. The parrot swoops past, kind of like slashes his face as the spell is imbued in. You see wounds as if he's being slashed just open across his body, blood begin to drip out of it. He stumbles, very badly hurt, but looks at you furiously, blood coming down his face, blood down his arms. There's a lot of blood. This guy could be called Mr. Blood. There's so much of it right now. And he looks at you and he goes, what's his accent? French. Polly do want a cracker. And then gives you the old, come here and I'll smack you one. Bringing us back, the camera pans to the other skirmish, to Frog Boy.
Pans down
MD.
to Frog Boy.
Yes.
Frog Boy's got a rapier.
Great.
And as a piercing weapon, he can actually inflict his natural poison and venom on people. So he runs his tongue along the blade of this, and then just starts, from a very low angle, starts just kind of poking people with it.
Make an attack roll.
Okay, I would love to. That is not a hit. That is like a 8.
Okay, cool. I'm going to... what's your charisma score?
Oh, it's not good. We're looking at like 11, I think.
Okay, no, that's good enough for what I rolled. The attack does not hit, but the pirate closest to you now is afraid of you because of the whole tongue going around the blade, and then he's just got this like,
Don't worry. I'm a doctor. I know what I'm doing. And that is the end of my turn.
Okay, cool, not a problem. Ada?
Okay, I'm going to just kind of, I haven't stopped the footwork at all. It's just constant pivoting, slashing. I'm going to attack this closest dude in front of me.
Gotcha.
I got
Make an
this
attack
dice
roll.
this weekend, so I'd better do well. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep doing that. And I got to roll it again because I picked it up. Okay, that's 19.
That will hit. Go for damage.
Yes. Okay, I'm also going to expend a bardic inspiration die to roll extra damage to the target and one other creature within 5 feet of it.
Oh.
So that would be 5 damage.
Cool.
And then it's d8 plus, so it's 12, another 12.
Cool,
Some slashing.
perfect. To the one target.
12 for the one plus 5.
Yep.
17, and then just 5 to the one on the target.
Gotcha, not
I
a
can do
problem.
maths.
As you slash at the closest sailor to you, they go down and kind of fall on the ground. Their last horrible moments seeing Frog Boy MD lick his sword and then attempt to poke at him. And then which one, the one behind him or the one next to him, or the one further from you or closer to you? Do you want to?
Probably the one like on this side away from Frog Boy, because I feel like Frog Boy's gonna.
And there's an extra 5 to them? Awesome, no problem, as they take the additional damage as well. That brings us to the pirates. As that individual takes their damage, they're going to step up into the space of their earlier compatriot, make an attack against Ada. That is not going to hit. Actually, let me quickly... No, that will not hit. These pirates are faring badly.
Now, we did give you inspiration for that dolphin earlier.
It was incredible.
And I was mean to the dolphin.
But can we take it away for the Milo?
All right, Frog Boy. Here comes my inspiration.
Oh, no.
You know, it was not very high. It almost missed, but it does hit.
Why won't anybody
I
touch me?
would just like to say that unfortunately, due to my portent, where I rolled a 6, maybe it doesn't hit after all.
Great, yeah, no, this dude's just like, from hell's heart I stab at thee, Frog Boy! He recognizes you as well. Your fame goes far and wide.
So Frog Boy does mechanically have a 15-foot vertical leap, and I would just like to... Whoop,
Okay.
and just a couple seconds later... whoop.
Great. Can you make for me a strength saving throw?
Oh, no. Oh, natural 20. Never mind, it's fine.
I can't believe this.
Hey, turns out this game's really easy.
The plan is to win, and we're winning.
Got to take you into Grim Hollow.
Don't you wish your home games rolled like this? This is wild.
As you hop 15 feet in the air, you hit the ceiling of this cave, but are braced for it, ready, your arms kind of take the most of the impact as this dude slashes at you, and then you just spring back down into place.
Am I allowed to launch myself back down at him like a missile?
Yeah,
Like
sure.
like a frog orbital strike?
Make an attack roll. We'll use your reaction. Make an attack roll
That's
for me.
great, because I missed. I got a 18.
That will hit. Go for damage.
Oh, thank God. Okay, very good. I hit him for, I think, about 8. And can I get a... I am poisonous. Can I please get a con save? DC 12.
Oh, no. That is not going to succeed.
Enjoy your 2 points of non-sterile frog.
He, as you hit him and attack him, the blade goes through him as you kind of collapse into him. And then as your blade comes out, does your poison have any sort of like, psychedelic effects?
Yes, it absolutely does. It makes him see the same spots that I see everywhere.
Okay, great. He's just like looking around himself. He's like, no light. There's no light, no anywhere. And then just like expires, like, bleh.
He croaked.
Yeah.
Come on.
No! Don't encourage this!
No, don't encourage him.
Can someone encourage me?
All right. That ends the pirate's turn. Was that the pirate's turn? It was. It does not, because good old Captain Skerrick himself has not acted yet. He is going to look at our good friend here. He is going to think to himself, I don't have a Misty Step again. I can only do that once per day. So instead, he's going to make an attack against our barbarian Thorn. That attack is going to hit. And it is going to do 9 points of fire damage.
You're really good at that.
As the gout of flame kind of erupts from his hands and he kind of tries to cook you where you stand. The flames envelop you and then I assume begin to sort of keel back as you start to take your turn?
Yes. So, washed with flame. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lunge at him with all this barbarian strength. And I'm going to grab him and try and wrench one arm behind his back. And this isn't grappling. Mechanically, all I'm doing is I'm using the help action to grant Delphine advantage on her next attack.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy done. Delphine.
All right. Let's see. What else do I have that's nasty? I mean, we could go back to the ice knife. I abandoned it before, and now I miss it. All right. I'm going to try and hit him with a nice little ice knife. Let's go. I don't have inspiration. This is just a flat roll. And it's 15 plus 5.
You also have
20.
advantage for the help action.
Oh.
Fish for the crits.
Come on. Give me that
I mean,
crit.
she hit, but
Okay,
it's
that's
fun to
so
roll
much
dice.
worse. No. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Yeah.
Dirty 20 absolutely will hit him.
All right, and that deals 8 points of ice damage. Oh no, but it hurts you too.
Yes!
I love
No backsies.
You know what? This is fine. This is in character. I'm not taking it back.
See how I am rewarded.
Yeah, this moment of you like helping
Thanks
your
for all your
enemy.
help. Now I'm going to try to kill you. So you have to... Oh, the target as well. You have to make a dexterity saving throw. DC 13.
You have advantage for danger sense?
Oh.
Ooh.
And a D4 from Frog Boy.
And a D4 from Frog Boy.
Well, the advantage brought me from a 2 to a 4. And
Double.
So finally a 7.
7, I assume, is not higher than your spell save DC.
It is not. My spell save DC is 13. Did French?
No, he didn't succeed.
Great, because that's an extra 2d6 cold damage. You know what? The more I think about it, the more I feel good about how this worked out. That's 10 cold damage to both of you.
I asked Dael. Dael sort of did that slightly accidentally in terms of harming Thorn as well. But was this part of Delphine's plan?
Delphine knew it would happen.
Great.
Delphine saw, oh great, a moment of weakness. Let's take the opportunity.
How do you look at the moment?
So when this ice knife, the blade of it shoots into Scarrick and then it bursts in a hail of frozen shrapnel, it just straight into my face. Just ice on the sides of my face, and it tears through my cheeks and just like blood starts running down. I'm bloodied.
You are very bloodied because as the knife shoots into Captain Skerrick, it's just like Dr. Manhattan. He just explodes basically. Glorious. All that's left of him are his boots and his bones sticking up out of him, and one of them falls sideways as Captain Skerrick, the shortest known captain of the predestination. Any movement you'd like to do on your turn, Delphine, to round us out?
I might back up a little bit away from the angry barbarian.
Frog Boy, MD.
Look, the Hippocratic Oath says that I should probably put that French guy in the recovery position. But the Hippocratic Oath says I want to crit this guy. So
Great.
I would like to just keep on swinging, please.
Make an attack roll.
I rolled a 1. That's for betraying
Or
my
did
values.
you roll an 8? Does that help?
An
What's
8?
What's your bonus?
Oh, an 8 might help because no, I'm not blessed. Look, 8 would put me up to like maybe a 13.
Great. He rolled a 13.
Is the armor class of the sailors.
Yeah! All you!
That is that is 11 damage and con save, please.
He's not going to need one. You just run him through. He looks out into like nothingness in front of him. There's this growing black spot within his vision, and then collapses down next to you.
That's brilliant. And as I skewer him and he collapses to my heart, I whisper into his ear, "You might want to get that checked."
Oh!
Cold.
Brutal.
You want to talk about cold?
With all the pirates slain in this space, the treasure appears to be yours to basically claim along with the pearl. Is there any final spaces on the board that may have been spoiled earlier?
Yeah, I'm
because
sorry. It was
the-
me. I keep rolling my dice badly.
That's all right.
Who knows what's around the next bend? Not us.
Not us.
In fact, as this battle ends, I have no mind for gold anymore at this point, because through the literal red haze in front of my eyes, I glower upwards first from the barely there remains of our foe, and then to you. And I just bellow, Delphine!
Don't be such a baby. I have Cassandra deliver a cure wounds spell. First level. You regain 9 hit points.
See, I'm in a barbarian rage at the moment. And I am...
Are you going to kill my bird?
No, well, thank you, first of all. I appreciate it dearly.
The real treasure.
But I just don't know if Thorn is not going to just like chase you down with weapon raised right now. And with a wisdom check of 8, I don't think I'm resisting the desire to just like run in and beat you up.
You do have an escape passage kind of behind
So I am going.
I'm going to run
That's just Ada on her conch.
Can I get you to make for me another wisdom save with advantage this time?
Ooh, absolutely. 19.
As you come in, the image of this huge two-masted ship kind of stops you as the both of you run into this space. You can see that the ethereal waves lap at the side of this ship. It's sheltered inside of a cove. It's two-masted, over 100 feet long. Looks like it's probably cobbled together from salvage from battles past that have happened here in the ethereal expanse, in the reef that we are in. And you might say, it'd make a mighty fine ship for a new pirate crew.
It'd make a mighty fine ship for a new pirate crew.
And that is where we will end our adventure for today.
Thank you, Ben!
Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you, Ben!
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you so much, audience, and anybody who's watching on Twitch for joining us. We really appreciate it. This live play has been brought to you by ARC, the Australian Roleplay Community. We've been using the Arkenforge toolkit, and the adventure is called Pirates of the Aetherial Expanse, which is the current Fables adventure being published by Ghostfire Gaming, which is a PDF adventure that you can subscribe for through the Ghostfire Gaming website. My name's been Ben Byrne, here with...
My name's Matthew Perkins. You can find me at Hey, It's Matty P everywhere.
And I'm Luna. You can find me at Luboffin.
James Haeck. You can find me at James J. Haeck on Twitter.com.
And I'm Dael Kingsmill, and you can find me on Twitter at DailyDale.
We will catch you all next time. I don't know where I'm looking. Is there a
Thank you,
camera?
PAX!
Woo!